How's it going, everybody? Matt again, back again, with another review again. Amyl, I believe, in the Sniffers. I want to pronounce that right. It looks kind of like Amyl. So, we're going to go with Amyl and the Sniffers. Amyl and the Sniffers, big attraction. So, for those of you who don't know, they are a band from Australia, down under. And this has become one of my favorite punk records, if that's what you want to call it, rock records, whatever. One of my favorite records of the past couple weeks. I just found it maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and since then I have been listening to it nonstop. I really can't get enough of it. And they are a loud but brash group who actually like to entertain a lot. They have this real attraction to the entertainment value in music, and I think that's something that's missing a lot with a lot of bands. They have the musical talent, they just don't really have something that makes their music stand out. With Amyl and the Sniffers, they definitely have something that is entertaining to watch, to see. I would definitely like to see them live at some point. So the front woman, Amy Taylor, she kind of dresses up in these 70s and 60s go-go outfits, where she wears these white porcelain-styled boots that are incredibly high, and she stands above the crowd as a real front woman, I suppose, while the other instrumentalists behind her who make up the Sniffers, Bryce Gomer, Bryce Wilson, and Deck Martins, they make up the backbone of the Sniffers. They have this really interesting sense of style together, and not just appearance-wise, but of course lyrically and instrumentally as well. There's a sense of real aggression, and actually the aggressive part kind of funnels into the fun factor of the record, and while the 7 tracks are there, they are just as stunning and really overwhelming at certain points. It's the highly volatile energy that they have, I think, that really gives them this level of edge and this style of intrigue. The way that they can be seen through a crowd and capture this sense of danger almost is really appealing to the eye and to the ear as well. And the way that they can manipulate this sound to fit a new kind of mold where they call it pub rock. Amyl and the Sniffers is a continually passionate band, and they really show this throughout their 7 tracks, especially on the first introduction, I'm Not a Loser, which is the real first sense of what the Sniffers can do. As Taylor explains, people look at me like I'm a hooker, but I just want to be a venue booker. Gives this real sense of almost comedy in their lyrics and the way that they express themselves, and this grows and continues to funnel into their sound and the way that they can manipulate this sound as well, especially shown through the rampant strings and the kind of fired up unbound percussion. The Sniffers have a really gripping performance, and they show a lot of signs of being able to propel themselves in the future, really taking themselves to the next level and showing a sense of true talent behind their music. And it's especially in the next track, Mole Sniff Sniff, quick 47-second tornado that runs through the track of unaudible yells from Taylor that are near impossible to figure out what she's saying. And it has a chance to grip these really blazing cymbals and this blitzing guitar that kind of overtakes the listener and becomes the staple point of that track. Mole Sniff Sniff really balances on a sense of being similar to the Ramones and having a sense of ability behind it. Amyl and the Sniffers is entertaining, and they are interesting as well. And when putting those two things together, I think that the band really can conduct themselves in a way that shows them off and also shows each member off as well. Balaclava Lover Boogie is also a track that kind of stands out in the way that every track here stands out, but this track kind of stands out in the appreciation to the showcase of each member, with the immaculate sense of talent and really the transmission of the sound. I think that Amyl and the Sniffers really are on a path here to entertain and to really just have fun behind it. And this is evident through the course of Big Attraction, as they do show a sense of just how high the energy levels are and the real transmission, as I said, of the sound. It's that strength and sensibility that they have that I think really can propel them to new heights and really show them above in the crowd for the way that they have these different segues of motion and ability in their music. And of course, Big Attraction is a very wild and driving album, album/EP, the real sense of danger and the real sense of ability is what keeps me coming back to this record and keeps me moving toward it and gravitating toward it over other records, especially for the bright future that I think they have, and I think that they can definitely come through with. They have the ability to really propel themselves, as I said, in the future. And while the sound may not be entirely mature, it is really entertaining, and deep down that's the most important part of it. The sound factor and the fun factor is at an all-time high here, and the really raging kind of sense behind it is something that I've always wanted to hear. And Amyl and the Sniffers kind of captures this sense of free-falling, and it's really something that I think is hard to capture, and they do it well. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday, right? Wednesday.